They sailed during the storm? He controls it, the Stormfather said, his voice diminutive, like the pattering of rain. He uses it as honor once used me. So much for stopping the enemy in the ocean. Dalinar's fledgling armada had fled to take shelter from the storm, and the enemy had sailed in uncontested. The coalition had shattered anyway. They wouldn't defend this city. The storm slowed as it darkened the bay in front of Thaylen City, then seemed to stop. It dominated the sky to the west, but strangely did not proceed. Enemy ships landed in its shadow, many ramming right up onto the shores. Amaram's troops flooded out of the gates to seize the ground between bay and city. There wasn't enough room for them to maneuver on top of the wall. The Alethi were field troops, and their best chance of victory would involve hitting the Parshmen while they disembarked. Behind them, Thaylen troops mounted the wall, but they were not veterans. Their navy had always been their strength. Dalinar could faintly hear General Khal on the street below, shouting for runners and scribes to send word to Uathiru, calling up the Alethi reinforcements. Too slow, Dalinar thought. Suitably deploying troops could take hours, and though Amaram was hustling his men, they weren't going to get together in time for a proper assault on the ships. And then there were the fused, dozens of which launched into the skies from the ships. He imagined his armies bottlenecked as they left the Oath Gate, assaulted from the air as they tried to fight through the streets to reach the lower portion of the city. It came together with a frightening beauty. Their armada fleeing the storm, their armies unprepared, the sudden evaporation of support. He's planned for everything. It's what he does. You know, Cultivation warned me that my memories would return. She said she was pruning me. Do you know why she did that? Did I have to remember? I do not know. Is it relevant? That depends upon the answer to a question, Dalinar said. He carefully closed the book atop the dresser before the window, then felt the symbols on its cover. What is the most important step that a man can take? He straightened his blue uniform, then slipped the tome off the table. With the Way of Kings a comfortable weight in his hand, he stepped out the door and into the city.
All this way? Shallan whispered. And they're already here? Kaladin and Adolin stood like two statues to either side of her, their faces twin stoic masks. She could see the Oath Gate distinctly. That round platform at the edge of the bridge was the exact size of the control buildings. Hundreds upon hundreds of strange sprens stood in the lake of beads that marked the shore of Thaylen City. They looked vaguely humanoid, though they were twisted and odd, like shimmering dark light. More the scribbled outlines of people, like drawings she'd done in a maddened state. On the shore, a large dark mass of living red light surged across the obsidian ground. It was something more terrible than all of these, something that made her eyes hurt to look upon. And as if that weren't enough, a half-dozen fused passed overhead, then landed on the bridge that led to the Oathgate platform. They knew, Adolin said. They led us here with that cursed vision. Be wary, Shallan whispered, of anyone who claims to be able to see the future. No, that wasn't from him. Kaladin looked between them, frantic, and finally turned to Syl for support. It was like when the Stormfather, Azure warned us from this path, Adolin said. And what else could we have done? Kaladin said, then hushed his voice, pulling back with the rest of them into the shadowed concealment of the trees. We couldn't go to the Horneater Peaks like Azure wanted. The enemy waits there too. Everyone says their ships patrol there. Kaladin shook his head. This was our only option. We don't have enough food to return, Adolin said. Even if we did, Syl whispered, where would we go? They hold Celebrant. They're watching this Oathgate, so they're probably watching the others. Shallan sank down on the obsidian ground. Pattern put his hand on her shoulder, humming softly with concern. Her body yearned for stormlight to wash away her fatigue. Light could make an illusion, change this world into something else, at least for a few moments, so she could pretend. Paladin is right, Syl said. We can't back down now. Our remaining gemstones won't last much longer. We have to try, Kaladin said with a nod. Try what, Cal? Adolin said. Take on an army of Voidbringers by ourselves? I don't know how the portal works, Shallan added. I don't even know how much stormlight it might require. We'll try something, Kaladin said. We have stormlight still. An illusion? A distraction? We could get you to the Oathgate and you could find out how to free us. He shook his head. We can make it work. We have to. Shallan bowed her head, listening to Pattern hum. Some problems could not be fixed with a line. Yasna carefully stepped out of the way of a troop of soldiers running for the Oathgate. She had been informed via Spanreed that troops were gathering in Urithiru to come help. Unfortunately, they would soon have to acknowledge what she already knew. Thalen City was lost. Their adversary had played this hand too well. That angered her, but she kept that emotion in check. At the very least, she hoped that Amaram's band of malcontents would soak up arrows and spears long enough to let the Thalen civilians evacuate. Lightning from the storm lit the city red. Focus. She had to focus on what she could do, not what she had failed to do. First, she had to see that her uncle didn't get himself killed fighting a useless battle. Second, she needed to help evacuate Thalen City. She had already warned Urithiru to prepare for refugees. Both these goals would wait a short time as she dealt with a matter even more pressing. The facts align, Ivory said. The truth, that has always been, will now soon manifest to all. He rode upon the high collar of her dress, tiny, holding on with one hand. You are correct. A traitor is. Yasna undid the buttons on her safe hand sleeve and pinned it back, exposing the gloved hand underneath. In preparation, she'd also worn a scout's yellow and gold hava, with shorter skirts slit at the sides and front, trousers underneath, sturdy boots. She turned out of the path of another group of cursing soldiers and strode up the steps to the doorway of the temple of Pelaya Elin. True to the information she'd been given, she found Renarin Colin kneeling on the floor inside, head bowed, alone. A spren rose from his back, bright red, shimmering like the heat of a mirage. A crystalline structure like a snowflake, though it dripped light upward toward the ceiling. In her pouch, she carried a sketch of the proper spread of the Truth Watchers, and this was something different. Yasna put her hand to the side, then, taking a deep breath, summoned Ivory as a shard blade. Venli hopped down from the ship's improvised gangway. The city before her was yet another marvel. Built up the side of a mountain, it looked almost like it had been cut from the stone, sculpted like the winds and rain had shaped the shattered plains. Hundreds of singers streamed around her. Hulking fused walked among them, bearing carapace armor as impressive as any shard plate. Some of the ordinary singers wore war form, but unlike their Alethi counterparts, they had not been through combat training. Azish, Thalen, Marathi, a host of nationalities, these newly awakened singers were frightened, uncertain. Venli attuned agony. Would they force her to march to the front line? She didn't have much battle training either. Even with a form of power, she'd be cut to ribbons. Like my people on the field of Narak, who were sacrificed to birth the Everstorm. Odium seemed very quick to expend the lives of both listener and singer. Timber pulsed to peace in her pouch, and Venley rested her hand on it.
Appreciate the business.
Hush, she whispered to Agony. Hush. Do you want one of them to hear you? Timber reluctantly softened her pulsings, though Venley could still feel a faint vibration from her pouch, and that relaxed her. She almost thought that she could hear the rhythm of peace herself. One of the hulking fused called for her. You, listener woman, come. Venley attuned the rhythm of destruction. She would not be intimidated by these, gods though they be. She stepped up to this one and kept her head high. The fused handed her a sword in a sheath. She took it, then attuned subservience. I've used an axe before, but not... Carry it, he said, eyes glowing softly red. You may need to defend yourself. She did not object further. There was a fine line between respectful confidence and defiance. She belted the sword on her slender body, wishing she had some carapace. Now, the fused said to conceit, striding forward and expecting her to keep up. Tell me what this little one is saying. Venley followed him to a gathering of singers in work form, holding spears. She had been speaking to the fused in the ancient language, but these were speaking in Thalen. I'm an interpreter, she thought, relaxing. That's why they wanted me on the battlefield. What was it? Venley said to derision, addressing the one the fused had indicated. You wished to say to the Holy One? The singer licked his lips. We aren't soldiers, ma'am. We're fishers. What are we doing here? Though a shade of the rhythm of anxiety laced his words, his cringing foreman face were the stronger indication. He spoke and acted like a human. She interpreted. You are here to do as you are told, the fuse told them through Venley. In return, you are rewarded with further opportunities to serve. Though his rhythm was derision, he didn't seem angry. More as if he were lecturing a child. She passed that along, and the sailors looked to each other, shuffling uncomfortably. They wish to object, she told the fused. I can read it in them. They may speak, he said. She prompted them, and their leader looked down, then spoke to anxiety. It's just that Thalen City? This is our home. We're expected to attack it? Yes, the fused said after Venley interpreted. They enslaved you. They tore your families apart, treated you like dumb animals. Do you not thirst for vengeance? Vengeance? The sailor said, looking to his fellows for support. We're glad to be free. But, I mean, some of them treated us pretty nice. Can't we just go settle somewhere and leave the Thalens alone? No, the fused said. Venley interpreted, then jumped to follow him as he stalked off. Great one, she asked to subservience. These have the wrong passion, he said. The ones who attacked Kolinar did so gladly. The Alethi are a warlike people, Great One. It's not surprising they passed this on to their slaves. And perhaps these were better treated? They were slaves for far too long.
You boys do what you gotta do.
Listen, Granny. I don't gotta do anything. It don't benefit me at all to wreck your place. So why don't you just tell me what I want to know? Where's Kasuga? Folks said you would know.
If everyone told you to jump off a cliff, would you?
You should jump off a cliff, crusty old hag. Oops. Sorry. I didn't mean to hit so hard. It's been a while since I punched a woman. So, do you feel like talking yet, Grandma? Give it another swing. And this time, try to have better aim. Yes, sir. Costa, you decided to show up.
Why are you here?
I'm the kind of guy who does whatever I'm told not to do. You okay, Hamiko-san?
Don't think that I was trying to protect you guys or anything. It wasn't like that.
Oh, sure. You just didn't approve of these guys' bad manners, right? You're too classy a lady.
Yep. They just weren't up to my standards.
Will you let us handle it from here, though?
Yeah. I think you've got it.
Here, stop right there!
Out of the way, you shit.
Are you already back in the chairman's good graces, Totska?
I don't care what he thinks of me anymore. I'm done with the old man.
You are?
Yeah, because the stupid Ijincho standoff was a fucking scam. Our bosses forced us to sit on our asses no matter what happened. Meanwhile, they raked in the cash.
Who told you that?
Bleach Japan. They've been spreading the word. We're not gonna be a goddamn joke anymore. Hell, the chairman's acting like Laomon never even shot up our boys. Our captain left to raid Zhao's men, and now he's a guest in Zhao's restaurant. It's all bullshit, and we're not taking it anymore. My boys here agree with me. We're all together on this. You can't stop us, Kasuga. Even our brothers at HQ are ready to tear down Hoshino.
Let me get this straight. You become top dog, and the first thing you want to do with that power is come after me?
Sure. Come after you, tear you limb from limb, dump the pieces in the bay.
Huh. Well, let's say you actually managed to pull that off. Then what?
Then I take control of the counterfeiting racket, along with this entire fucking town.
I'm going to violence him. Should have went home. But you ain't come here.
Kamako-san ever tells me you shoot your sorry-ass face around here, I'll roll you into a bamboo mat and toss you in the river. That's a promise. We clear?
We're clear. Next time we kill him.
Hello?
It's Yao. I'm really busy, so I'll make this quick.
Okay.
We underestimated Bleach Japan big time. Turns out the only alliance is behind them. From the start, their plan was to take out the EG-3. Lauman was just using you to get that done.
I was thinking the same thing.
Wait, you already knew? Ha! And here I thought I was finally gonna get thanks out of you.
Someday.
Maybe I shouldn't bother telling you the other stuff I know.
Do it just in case, you know?
As we speak, Bleach Japan protesters are marching to Koichu. About 1,000 of them.
What?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, they aren't civilians. They're only soldiers. It's a yakuza invasion disguised as a political protest. Fucking cowards.
Seriously.
They're gonna try and get at the counterfeiting machine. I just know it. The Great Wall's strength depends on that thing.
So the only one to expose the EG-3's whole operation?
They're just the muscle. The orders come from Bleach Japan. Bleach Japan knows all about the counterfeiting.
And they figure if they destroy that, they'll destroy the Great Wall.
Yeah, but that's where you come in. Assuming you still want to lend the Koichu a hand.
Why us? Why not your guys?
I wish I could use my guys, but there's sort of a coup going on.
What?
Mabuchi's been whipping all the boys into a frenzy. They ain't happy the counterfeiting was kept secret.
And what? Now it's full-on mutiny?
Yeah, he's out there saying the EG-3 bosses live the high life without sharing the wealth. A lot of my crew are buying it. My chances of getting a knife in the back are pretty high right now. And so are Chairman Oshino's. So yeah, I'm not gonna send away what few loyal guys I got left.
I get it.
So could you help? Don't make me beg.
You begging me might be interesting.
Look, help us now and the EG-3 will forget all about the Napa business.
Really? Do I have your word on that?
Yeah, I'll talk to him myself. They'll come around. We got a deal?
We do. But I still feel like I'm getting the raw end of it.
As long as you're taking it. Ah, shit, I'm not the time for chit-chat. But let me tell you one more thing. The guy giving these orders to Bleach Japan is the director, Ogasawara.
He hung up. He asked us to go help the Komichu.
Us? Help them?
In exchange for letting Namba off the hook, right?
Yeah, your hearing's good, Adachi. Did you also hear that Ogasawara's behind the whole thing?
So I guess we'll be paying him a visit too.
Definitely. I've got a lot of questions for our pal Kume.
Actually, I'm